We rolling?
Phone off.
Amazing. And we're back with another episode.
Back
to back every Monday, man. Every Monday. Today, we have another amazingly talented dancer, choreographer, Trevor Takemoto.
He's in the building.
What's up?
He has made it. You're close up right
cameras.
there. We got the wide right there. No, he's finally.
That's the wide. Okay.
He's finally made it though. We were trying to get you for season 1.
I know it's been a while.
It's been a while, but you were busy. You're doing your thing. We were.
No, we're glad to have you.
Yeah, we're glad to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, man.
What's up?
Moving in the shadows, huh?
Trying. Keep moving.
How you been though?
Super good. I don't know. Yeah, I just saw you.
Yeah.
For like
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Yeah, at Vibe.
At Vibe.
Oh yes. We literally saw each other at the stairs, and then you were going with your girl, going to your seats. It was right about show, and I was like, and then we moved on. What'd you think?
I feel like I saw your mom too more recently.
Yeah, I feel. Oh yeah, my mom said she saw you at Vibe Juniors.
Yeah, twice, and I saw her at regular Vibe too.
Yeah. Because I didn't go to Vibe Juniors, but you
performed at Vibe Junior though, yeah.
I did. I was judging and then performed.
Oh, sick.
How was that?
Judging was cool. Performing was cool. I haven't performed on stage in a while, so that was cool. I don't know. It's been a while, like since I've done dance competitions in general. It's been a while, so like.
Has your focus been like teaching?
Yeah, primarily, but like just dance competitions have been not existent.
Yeah,
like the live ones, right? Yeah. At least for like the big, like, there's been smaller ones, but Vibe is like one of the big ones.
Yeah.
So that hasn't. It was like 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
It was the first time they came back. So.
Yeah. Was it your first time judging like a big competition like that, or I feel like you judged Vibe Juniors before?
I've judged. No, I haven't. So
that was your first time for Vibe.
Yeah, and Vibe is like one of the big ones to me. Like I think it's in the Body Rock, Vibe, Arena. Those are kind of like the big ones. But so yeah, I've never judged a Vibe before, so that was cool.
Do they just reach out to you guys individually? Like, hey, would you be down to judge? Would you be down to judge? Or
yeah, I think they reached out to me like back before COVID, and I just wasn't like in town that weekend. But they reached out again, and but they asked me to perform as well, which was cool because it's kind of like, well, I'm already going to be there.
Yeah,
yeah.
But at the same time, it's like actually harder because then like I performed, like I opened the show, and then I have like the minute while the host is talking to like get up to the judging table and
Anthony
and watch the first number.
Yep. That's
and then I'm just like sweating.
Yeah, while writing down.
While I'm trying to focus,
Yeah.
Anthony was the best at stalling for time.
Oh yeah, Vibe.
So the judge could go get ready to perform.
How'd you like Vibe?
Vibe was cool.
Because you were there as an audience member.
I feel like it was different. Just because it's a new generation of like performers or like competitors. Because a lot of those teams are like collegiate teams, right?
Yeah.
Like half of them were like collegiate teams. So those are, 18 to 21-year-olds who were straight up like in high school before the last Vibe, like 3 years ago. So a lot of those teams get phased out.
That's true.
And then even their directors get phased out as well, and the new people step up. So it's kind of it was a new energy, and even for like the vet teams, like the Cookies,
GRV,
and GRV, like those people have had turnover too in the past couple of years. So it's just a lot of new energy, and also like people kind of like my age now. I think because I used to go to those competitions, and like I'm looking up to like all the people
like Keone Mari, like
Carlo. Mari.
I mean, Carlo's still doing it, but Carlo
but Carlo didn't perform.
Did he not perform?
Nah, he was injured.
No way.
So yeah, so it was a lot of people like
I didn't even know that.
Just like who were kind of my age and my generation, like at the forefront.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to kind of like watch my peers be in those positions and perform. But it was cool watching them. But at the same time, I was like, as a fan, I was like, dang, I miss watching
the old school shit.
My heroes, right? The people that I looked up to and like would drive from NorCal to SoCal to come watch these competitions and stuff like that, or watch them on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. We literally just had Nick on from GRV. Obviously, you know him, the homie. We were talking about like, wow, it was just like a complete, like exactly what he said, like complete new energy because the age is so different now, and like And it's been 3 years. Like, people are hungry to, like, compete, too. So,
yeah, a lot of new teams, too.
A lot of new teams. Like, it was, for me, it was definitely one of the first vibes where I was, like, in a good way, like, I didn't know who's going to place exactly.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, I think. You know, because, like, in the past, it's like when you see crews and, like, they fucking go ape shit, like, you kind of know who's, like, taking it. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was pretty... Yeah, I didn't know where it was going to go either. Yeah. Which I think is good.
The watching vibe, does it give you a little, like, inspiration more, though, that you see these new faces and all that? Like, does it give you hope for, like, where dance is going right now? Because, like, maybe... For me personally, in the past, like, it was getting a little saturated and stuff, and, like, a lot of teams just kept looking like each other and doing all that. Like, you know what I mean? For me personally, I don't know if that's how you felt, but, like, I was always, like, wanting something new from teams, you know? And, like, certain teams would do that, but not a whole heck of a lot. But watching this vibe, for me, like, I was like, okay, some teams are now thinking out the box a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'm inspired by what you're saying, like people doing, I don't know if it's new stuff, but it's just it's a new feel to it.
Yeah, new energy.
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm just like in a nostalgic way, like you know, those people are always going to be the iconic people when I think of those competitions and stuff like that. And then I don't know. It's a little, I feel like I'm in between the kind of the generations too. Yeah. But I also like my generation like missed 3 years of like
the blip,
that transition period. Right? Where like I just turned 27, so like the people who I'm talking about are like 35, 34 now, right? So like, or even 27 when they were 27 when they were like last competing, right? When it was 3-4 years ago. Yeah. I feel like just in that small time frame, everyone like older than me really like had to grow up or move on to certain things, and like their focus shifted, which is naturally, and it's great. They're all killing it and doing new things and like that are better for their lives, basically.
Definitely, yeah.
A lot of it is just like they got married, they got kids, stuff like that. They're not going to be doing these competing against like literal like 18-year-olds, right? It's like it's just different phase of their life.
Yeah, so, like,
But me, I always say this, like I still feel like I'm the same age I was before the pandemic sometimes. Which I don't know if it's like a good thing or if like that's like, oh man,
nothing's
like
changed.
No growth at all. But also like I feel like damn, like I don't know, like that. I don't know. Do you ever feel like that? Like
no, a lot of people like, but when the pandemic started, like let's say they were 18, right? And the pandemic ended, now they can drink. It's like some of these people just like they were in their house for 3 years when like their lives should have been changing a lot during those years. Yeah. And then they come out of it and they're just like, I'm a lot older now and I don't know how to do anything I'm supposed to do.
That's true. I don't know. I feel like it was just such a blur for me. Like so many things happened in my life, you know, like relationship wise and like career wise. Definitely career wise has shifted. So I didn't even think about like age or anything. I was just like, I think for me it was just such a blur.
That's me. I think that's me just being like, I'm now closer to 30 than I am closer to 20. And so my birthday is at the end of February, right? So it's right before COVID.
Oh,
this was like March, right? Early March, right? So I turned 24 in 2020.
Oh, shit.
And that is like, you're not even 25 yet, right? You're like, you're on the 20 end still.
Yeah, still.
You're going to be 24 this year.
That's insane to me, though.
Exactly, dude.
But even you saying you're 24... COVID and then now you're 27, like
that sounds wrong.
That sounds wrong.
It's only 3 years apart, but that's such a weird like 24 to 27 is like
huge.
When you hear 24, you're like, oh, that's still pretty young. I think, and then 27 is like, it's young, but it's also like
you're almost 30.
You're almost 30, right? Yeah. Even though it's still like. I don't know.
I feel you.
But everyone older than me will tell you that like, oh, that's the prime. That's the prime, right? Like
I always like the prime age to like do everything and try anything is like what 22 to 27. 20.
Yeah. Well, I always think about it in like basketball years.
Okay.
Like 27 to like 30 is like that's prime. That's their prime. That's their athletic prime of like, and then
it's going crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of what they say because they're coming into the league now like 18, 19.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they're like getting better. They're not really finding it until like 25, 26. And then 28, 29 is like they're winning championships. That type of thing. Right. Like,
yeah. Do you feel like you're in your prime then?
See, I don't know yet. I feel like
you're still gauging that.
Yeah, I think it's hard to just look at it.
Yeah. From like an out, like
from yourself to like saying like it is. But then at the same time, I do feel like people who are really sure of themselves, that's a skill in itself, and that's really something that I think we should strive for too. To like, you want to be confident in like where you are.
Yeah. Are you still like trying to find that within yourself?
I think so. I think that's always like the struggle too. Yeah.
What was the going back with like COVID and everything? What was like the biggest struggle for you during that time? Like, cause career wise, cause I feel like right when COVID hit too, that's when you were trapped. Like before that, like this is, to me, I saw you traveling hella and everything, and it kind of just like stopped.
Definitely stopped that, traveling and stuff like that for teaching and stuff. So that was like the biggest. I don't know about challenge though. At the same time, it was like, okay, this is a nice like break from it, and it's cool, just like kind of a reset, which I think everyone kind of appreciated. And now, but yeah, it just doesn't when you say like, oh man, yeah, that was like March 2020. That's crazy. It doesn't seem like that long ago.
Yeah,
it feels like a fever dream.
Yeah. It still feels like, oh yeah, like we're just getting out of this like a year.
Yeah, it literally feels, going to Vibe, I was like, oh, we're just now slowly getting out of it. Where now shows are coming back, but honestly, we've been back for a little bit. You know? It's just all.
It's literally like it's the blip. It's the snap, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. It's just funny that came into the like.
The equation, like just thinking about
like
it.
Endgame like existed, right? You ever think too? I always think about this, like because Infinity War came out in 2018, and then Endgame came out a year later, 2019.
Okay, yeah.
Two things about that. One, 2018. That's when Infinity War came out. That's crazy. That's so long ago.
That's 5 years ago.
Yeah,
we were still in high school.
Came out.
We were graduating high school.
April 2018. Is when that movie came out.
Wow, what a banger of a year, though.
Crazy, yeah. And then we waited a whole year for Endgame, right? In 2019. Crazy, obviously.
2019 was a
crazy
insane,
movie.
Yeah.
But imagine if that happened a year later, like 2019 Endgame. And then we waited like 5 years for Endgame. Or Infinity War, right? Infinity War 2019 and then pandemic.
Yeah.
And then who knows, like we would have been watching Endgame on Disney Plus or some shit like that.
Or like when Tennant came out, you had to go to Vegas. Like,
yeah. Like that's like the biggest, one of the highest grossing movies of all time in the box office. And then if it came out literally like a year later,
it probably would have tanked a little bit.
It wouldn't have been the same. Like, I don't know.
Yo, Disney's up to something.
Or we would have had to wait longer. I don't know. That would have been insane.
No, that was Disney plan. Disney's up to something. We just can't tell yet. No. Let's go back to your history with dance though. Let's go back to like even how we met. I met you when I like 10 years ago, maybe
10 years ago now.
At the convention, if people don't know, the old school convention called Pulse convention. I feel like that's where a lot of like the industry dancer, like like our generation a little bit, like like met all each other, you know, like that's how I met a lot of cats. It was from Pulse. So I met you at Pulse.
That was like your first time, right?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I gotta say, was it the one in Vegas? Me and Sean got Protege. That's insane. Me and Sean Liu got,
because I was still in the if you don't know, there's like rooms. How familiar are you with dance and that whole world?
My knowledge has been expanding because
through the podcast and stuff, right?
Yeah. I'm an actor, but I dated a dancer. This guy's a dancer.
Yeah, so he's now warmed up to the world. He knows about conventions and shit.
So usually there's like rooms, there's like levels, or not levels. It's just age basically. Yeah, where like you'll have a
back in the day, you just call it
intermediate room, an advanced room, and then there was like an advanced pro room, which is like 18 plus technically. So whatever, but I was still in the intermediate room, which is like the kids basically, like from you could be in there from like 6 years old to like 13, 14 kind of.
Yeah. But me and Sean, did we do advanced?
No, it was intermediate.
It was intermediate, right? Yeah.
You were legit like kids though.
Yeah, we were legit babies. It had to be like 11 years old. Something like that. Something insane. And then I remember me and Sean got Protege.
It was probably like 2011.
Yeah. And then that's when Jabberwocky, that's the first time I met all the Jabberwockies because they were doing like some partnership with Pulse. And then like all the Jabberwockies came on stage and like made me and Sean like freestyle with them.
That's sick.
I wonder if there's a video of it. I gotta look that up.
Like your mom would have that.
Yeah. Probably. My mom or Sean's mom for sure. But that's when I met you 10 years ago at the convention.
Yeah, that's more than 10 though. Remember, we had a 3-year blip.
Yeah, 3-year blip. See,
add 3 to everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's the math now. No, and then so was that? How did you get into dance and like how did you find Pulse?
I was always dancing from a young age, like music videos, NSYNC videos, stuff like that. Just watching music videos at home. My parents put me in dance class basically.
Are you from LA originally?
No, I'm from Sacramento. So Northern California. Yeah. And yeah, they just put me into it was like an all guys dance class basically.
Oh wow.
Their idea or your idea?
Probably theirs, but like supported, but like I wanted to do it.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
And back then there was just like a stigma too of like dance with guys and girls, right?
Sure,
It was way more than it is today. So like if anything, I was like probably just like, nah, I said yes because it was like all guys.
Yeah. That's the only reason why they got you into it.
Yeah, because I remember too growing up, like as I got more serious, it was like, well, okay, you needed to go take these other classes and like you got to take more classes and like other styles and jazz, more like training and stuff like that. And it was just like, that was always like, there was a initial like pushback from me just because it was like, you get made fun of, man. It was just like, wasn't cool yet.
Yeah, exactly.
When did dance start becoming more serious for you?
Probably like high school, like like 14, and that was when I started probably going to the conventions and stuff like that, and Pulse, and just meeting. You know, when I first went to Pulse, there was people my age who were already like working, like doing TV, doing music videos,
even choreographing, like
going to LA already. And back then, like, I feel like nowadays a lot of kids just move to LA early.
Yeah.
But back then we would like meet up at these conventions and then hang out with everyone. And then here and there we would like take trips to LA.
Yeah.
Ones for jobs or vacations. Like I would always go during like spring break or stuff like that, or summer, obviously. So then that's kind of where I started, like in high school. Like, like maybe freshman year, maybe 8th grade. I don't know.
I'm assuming for you, because it was for me. Pulse was like the first like avenue where you saw it as a career, or like starting opening doors with all these choreographers, and then
it was just like the coolest people, man.
Yeah, it was so dope.
And like older people too that I would like look up to, or like the skill level was so high. To where it was just like constant inspiration.
And then you got Elite Protege.
Yeah, I mean, like years later though, like I was going to Pulse, and Protege was like basically like the biggest scholarship. So you would go there.
The convention would be like free.
Yeah,
but you'd still have to pay like for hotels and all that. But like taking classes would be free. You'd be like their assistants.
And conventions are expensive, to be honest. They're like $250 to $300 just to go for the 2 days. I mean, I guess that's the same as like any other conventions. Like
but I feel like back in the day, it didn't have like that, you know.
Yeah, maybe. And then you pay for hotel and you pay for the flight there, so it adds up. So like that scholarship was basically you get free tuition to go to any of the cities for that year for their season. So out of the season, there'd be like 12 stops across the U.S., 10 to 12 stops.
And you get these cool lime green shirts, you know, that says Protege.
Yeah,
you feel really cool.
Yeah, and if you're not
a Protege, you can fuck off.
You feel really not cool.
No, to be honest,
But you want to get there.
Yeah.
You want to get there, and all the cool kids technically
got it.
had it, right? And they're just the best dancers, and like obviously it's like I want to be on that level.
Yeah.
And I was also like meeting friends and stuff like that and getting to know people.
Yeah.
And you know, I wanted to get to that level too, and I was be on just literally be on that level. I don't know. It's like it is a competition.
Yeah,
but it's healthy competition.
Yeah.
Until it's not healthy anymore, right? Until it's like
you're killing yourself,
emotionally, like taxing and stuff like that, which it can be.
Yeah, for sure. And then so there's protege, right? And then there's an elite protege, which is that's what I was never elite. Was it like flights paid for you guys, or like what was the difference?
It's like for some of the there's a couple levels of it basically, because there's like placements, but like you would basically get to travel with them and assist on the stage.
Oh, that's sick.
And it was like a kind of jump start to like your career in a sense of like getting to work with these choreographers a little bit closer and like
because they were working at
building relationships with them and stuff like that. And so that happened my senior year of high school, like the summer.
Yeah,
so
I remember
like,
you were a little older.
It was my freshman year of college at that point. It was the start of my season as that. But those are the days, man. Those are like some great memories. And I think too, just like a lot of it is like not even on camera. Social media wasn't a thing.
Wasn't a huge thing back then.
So what happened in those convention ballrooms where people were just like going for blood.
Yeah, just training,
just passion on the floor, like, and people were going for it.
Yeah,
you know, like
it's insane.
Blood, sweat, and tears into these classes.
What was the most intense memory you remember having where you're like, oh my God, like, I need a break?
I need a break,
or just like this is insane. Like this is crazy. Like it could be like talent wise, you're like watching other people, you're like, damn, I gotta go harder, or like this rehearsal schedule is crazy.
Talent wise, it was just every class, man. Yeah. There was literally like the best dancers in the world today, or the most working dancers right now who are like my age or a little bit in our age group or younger too. Like basically came from that program. A lot of them.
Yeah.
You know, there's exceptions that started later or didn't have the means to go, but a lot of them, like half the Super Bowl dancers are from Pulse. Like, like this year, you know what I mean? And there's like 80 of them. And those are obviously like really good dancers. But, you know, I can list all of them, and you know too.
Shout out Dario.
Hey, Dario.
Dario's an exception though, because he's a little younger.
Yeah, he didn't do
Pulse. So there are exceptions for sure. But there's also just a handful of them too.
Who's the biggest? I might know this answer, but for the people, who is the biggest connection and person you got to work with at Pulse?
It was Ian for sure.
Ian, yeah. So how has that relationship grown from where it was in the beginning and where it is now?
So Ian Eastwood is obviously very
straight bio.
Crazy, yeah. I mean, I don't know. You can look it up if you want to know if you don't know already. But he was teaching at this convention. At the time, he was like 18.
Yeah.
And all these choreographers who were also on the platform or who were teaching were like 30s, like 40s, like OGs, legends.
Yeah.
So he was like added to the cast because, you know, they held him to that
standard,
caliber basically. But he was still always the new kid.
Yeah.
So he's again like closer to my age than closer than to the people teaching, right? So you know, it started off just like taking class, and like you can tell when someone is like a fan of your work and really takes the time to like I don't know, just kind of train in your style. You can tell that their dedication or their passion. So I think that came across with not only myself but a lot of our homies and stuff like that peers who came to be
with Ian.
Yeah, under Ian's wing. And so we just kind of gravitated towards each other, and again, he just like took me under his wing, and a lot of great opportunities sprung from that. But basically, it was also just me putting in the work to like be one. I mean, you got to just be good at his style and like kill his choreography and stuff like that. That's like,
because he had, back in the day too, I mean still now too, but back in the day he had a very unique style, like, different from a lot of people.
And if you're in his shoes, like you can tell when someone is like, ah man, I'm not fucking with this, or like I'm like this is my stuff, this is my shit, this is cool, like I'm trying to learn and trying to be I'm just trying to learn from you. And you can tell that, and you know, I think he realized that, and it was reciprocated in both ways. So that was definitely the biggest one from that.
You got to be honest. When you were starting getting closer with Ian, he took you under your wing. You were freaking out, huh? Your 14-year-old self was like,
oh yeah, for sure, because he's like the cool guy.
Yeah,
he was like the guy killing it on the internet before social media. And, you know, he was kind of like the pioneer of that.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's always like the, oh man, this guy followed me on Instagram, that type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, and we were like, I was like taking pictures with him, just as a fan too.
For sure.
At first, you know. I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah, Same
thing with any kind of like, but I would say like happened like pretty organically though.
That's good. I feel like that's always like.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, people can tell too. Like if they just want to kiss ass or.
Yeah, or you're really trying to like
really genuine.
Put in the work too to like, you know, to cross over to like fan and just student to like actual friendship, you know, like I think that happened very organically, as it was just like a genuine like appreciation for from myself to like what he did and what he was offering and what he was contributing to the dance world at the time, and then it just became friendship. And like I said, like he's only 3 years older than me, so it was kind of like, you know, it wasn't like super like,
wow, so he's 30?
He's like a kid. Yeah, he's gonna be 30 this year.
Oh my God, that's insane though.
Yeah,
because I remember him as the 18-year-old Ian posting like YouTube concept videos. Like,
yeah, bro.
That's time. Time is stupid. That's insane.
That's crazy.
What was the moment maybe like after Pulse? Because Pulse, we're kind of just the dancers, right? After Pulse and being a dancer, when was that transition for you to wanting to choreograph and start teaching and, you know, just making your own pieces, making videos? Or was that kind of always like in there for you for Pulse during Pulse times? But like, how was that transition?
I mean, yeah, it's partly because Ian, but it's being inspired. Like, I'm a product of that generation where people were posting their stuff on YouTube. So
yeah.
Along with Ian, I credit this all to like Movement Lifestyle.
Yes.
And Sean Evaristo, and putting, you know, the artist, the choreographer like in the forefront as the artist versus like behind the artist, right? And that comes with like concept videos and stuff like that. So I'm definitely that age and that generation where that was like the holy grail for me, of like, that was just the coolest thing ever, like producing your own kind of videos and
being your
stories,
own artist.
Short films essentially, backed up with dance, right? So not necessarily a music video, but like
there's a narrative.
Yeah, there's a narrative, and it's connected to the piece of choreography or the song or whatever, and that was spearheaded a lot by, like I said, Sean Evaristo, Keone Mari, Ian, Brian.
A little sneak peek: we are having Sean Evaristo in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Just wait for that.
That's going to be a very good conversation.
It's going to be intense.
I'm going to tune in. I might just be like out the door.
Yes,
just listening. That's the sensei right there.
Yeah, that is the sensei. But very similar story, like connected with that too. Like that was like the go-to for sure during our time. Even like during Pulse and after Pulse is like being our own artist. Yeah. You know, like that was the main goal, and it was like the dopest shit. So.
And that didn't really exist before.
Yeah.
Those people, those guys that I mentioned. So, you know, I think it's fallen off a little bit in a sense of like, just with like how fast we consume stuff now. Because those days, YouTube is still killing it now. Yeah. Like I watch YouTube every day.
Yeah, same.
But there was like a very distinct era of YouTube where like, it felt a lot more communal than like corporate, which it is now, right? Like people build like full on networks and companies through YouTube. They produce videos every day. They film 7 hours of content that backloaded for the next whatever day month, right? That's very like corporate now. But back then, I feel like it was just like creators making cool stuff, putting it out so people could see, and then a full community watching that. Yeah. And like, I would watch these videos like
like it's a premiere
over and over again. Yeah,
I would
like
watch it like it's a
exactly.
premiere. That's how I felt. It's like whenever like Ian or Lyle or even like obviously Sean, like when any of the big heads like dropped a video, it's like I'm taking my time out of this day to watch this video. No one bother me. Like it's a premiere.
It's a short film, and it's the same way too. Like I would watch like other creators who are like not even dancers, like making like
for sure
music or acting or skits and stuff like that, like a Wong Fu Productions or something like that, right? Like
dang, old school.
Exactly, but like just people putting out content where it didn't really have a place other than YouTube at the time.
Yeah,
and now everything was very quick. You know, like I would watch an Ian video till I knew the choreography basically. Right? I knew every point of dialogue or anything that was going to happen like an actual movie.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like we'll watch stuff, you know, TikTok is meant to be fast.
Yeah. It's that what do they call, what's the time your attention span.
Yeah.
It's just so quick now.
And then it takes longer
to like, a tangent, but did you actually hear what TikTok's doing about that? What? If you're under 18,
you have a time limit, right?
Yeah, there's a 60-minute time limit for your whole day.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like on the app?
On the app. Like it won't let you.
It's like parental controls, basically.
Yeah, but you know they're going to get some way around it. Like these kids, you know, they're just so, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
they just say that they're not 18.
Exactly. They just said, like, you're not 18.
They just put their year, like...
Yeah, like, that's literally
that's what I did.
That's what Facebook used to be like.
That's exactly that's what I did. Yeah. When I made a Facebook when I was like 12, and I was like, my birthday is 1985.
Yeah.
It says you're like 40.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what not recently, but maybe in the last couple of years, that's what happened to my old Twitter. Because my old Twitter said I was born in like 1995 or something, and then I became 18, and I changed it, and then it deleted my account. Because I said, you lied about your age. Like,
interesting.
Yeah,
wow.
Isn't that weird?
What the hell?
Yeah, it disabled my account because I changed to my real birthday.
It's like a long con that they're playing. It's like I'll get you someday.
I'll get you when you change it to your real birthday.
Funny. There's just one guy. That's his job. To
He's
patrol
just
birthdays.
Yeah, he's just waiting on the birthday.
When these kids turn 18.
That's like, so fucking.
I knew this was a fake account, dude.
So fucking got you.
Got you.
Going back to YouTube, do you remember the first video? I'm assuming it's an Ian video that you were like, damn, this is like sick and I want to do this.
There's a couple.
I was going to say, I have a couple.
There's obviously a few. We'll link them. We got to link them in the chat or in the description.
In the description below. Watch some old school shit.
So, my like hip hop teacher, that sounds so like, but this is what it was like at my studio, right? I had like some 2005. There was a teacher that taught hip hop, and I was like the weekly class that I took.
Yeah.
Crazy story with that actually. So if you don't know, Sacramento has like a rich like dance community history. Like part of the Jabberwockies is basically like they come from Sacramento, San Diego. And LA basically.
Sick.
Okay.
But Sacramento was like a bunch of them are from there.
Yeah.
So like, and then from Jabba, there was like all these like offshoots of teams that kind of like are in their family. Basically, it's called Fam Royale.
Yeah. Fam Royale. Culture
there's
Talk.
Teams like it's kind of like that. So it's like there's Boogie Monsters and there's a group called Press Play. Those are the two in Sacramento, and then there's one in San Diego called Super Galactic Beat Manipulators. Yeah.
I remember that.
Very cool name.
Yeah.
It's like a family tree. Yeah. Like the dance community world is very like family orientated, right? So Sacramento has a rich history of that. My dance teacher at the time was on one of those teams, and she was like learning from Phil Tayag, one of the original Jabberwockies members, Bruno Mars, choreographer, all that type of stuff. But her name was Victoria. Random fact, but cool. Victoria is now Victoria Monet, the singer. I don't know if you know her.
Yeah.
She sings like that Ass Like That
Wait,
song.
Yeah. Wait, that was
like
your teacher?
Yeah.
That was your teacher?
She's a crazy dancer. Yeah.
That was your teacher?
She's like Monsters cast, like 2008. She's like a crazy
Whoa,
dancer.
you just blew my mind.
Yeah.
What?
And at the time, she was like, like I have demos from her.
Yeah.
That she would like send like on a CD that I'd put on my iPod because I was like, and at the time I was like, wait, you made music? You make music? Like because people make music on their laptop now.
Yeah.
But like I'm talking like 2008, 2009. I'm like, wait, you like made music in a studio?
Yeah.
And you're like moving to LA to like sing and stuff like that. I was like, well, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. And then
now,
years from now, she's killing it, right?
Yo, that
That's sick.
Sorry, yeah.
And people don't really know that.
That is a side tangent, but that you just blew my mind. That's insane.
Yeah, but going back to it, but she was great. She introduced me to that whole dance community world.
Crazy.
Like she gave me homework one time to like look up dancers on YouTube, right? And it was Keone and it was Sean.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I didn't know really outside of Sacramento who these people were, right? I was very like in the bubble of like my dance studio and stuff like that. And like obviously like Jabberwockies were on TV. That's kind of my extent of it, right?
Yeah.
And then this is still early YouTube, right? This is like 2008, so YouTube's been out for like 2 years.
Damn, yeah.
So there's a video of Keone that I watched. It's like You'll Never See Me Again, Alicia Keys. It's just in a studio, basically.
I was going to say, was it Debbie Reynolds?
I think it's like Culture Shock. It's San Diego and stuff like that. And Lovin' This Club by Usher.
Oh, I remember that one.
Sean was like Rock With You by Janet. And then stuff like that. And then, but like the produced like concept videos from Ian and Brian were probably like the first one I saw. I don't know what the first one I saw was, but the ones that stick out are definitely like the classics like Faded and the Tyga stuff.
I remember when Faded came out. That was insane to me.
Yeah, iconic, right? Still a thing.
Still iconic.
Yeah. Yeah, like any of the Drake stuff.
All their Drake shit.
I mean, Strawberry Bubblegum's probably my favorite because I'm like a big Justin Timberlake fan.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
There's
a whole list of them. Yeah. What are some of yours?
When that comes up, a video that comes up in my head is Bait.
Bait.
Lyle
on the street. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. That one was like, we talked crazy. We had Lyle on.
You did?
Yeah, we did.
Shit, what happened?
You know, complications, scheduling wise, posting. He's gonna come on again. That's my guy, Lyle.
Wait, you recorded one?
Yeah, we recorded one, and then just scheduling happened, and like he wanted to post it like later because like he was like promoting some shit.
Oh.
And now like we waited too long.
The time.
And he's like, I want to come again. But he did talk. We're probably gonna talk about it again. But he talked about it, and it was like crazy to talk to him about it because that's like a video that always comes to mind when I like think about like
Yeah, there's a bunch of iconic.
Yeah, and he talks about it too, like what you said. It was just genuine people just posting it, and like he just asked the homies to come through and learn it. Like that's like the whole thing about like YouTube back in the day. That's why it felt special.
It's a whole like ordeal now.
Yeah.
To like get people together and film something.
Yeah.
Which in a sense is cool of like, you know, I mean, I've done like videos where like we've had a fucking call sheet on something for like a YouTube video, for like a dance video, which is cool to be like taken seriously like that and like doing all that. But at the same time, there's like it's less like kind of organic in a way. But it goes both ways. But as long as the product is, I will say like nowadays we film dance a lot better.
Yeah.
Cameras are better.
Yeah.
Like the one thing is like, dang, I wish those videos were like filmed better.
Yeah, not 480p.
Yeah. Or like not on a fucking gimbal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the slider was like the biggest thing.
The biggest
for dance
thing
videos.
back in the day.
It was like,
on the floor too.
Yeah, you got a slider that's like legit.
Yeah. That was like the thing.
Because it's not like wobbling around. There's no like in-camera stabilization at all. It's just like,
that's so,
you know, like you could literally shoot all those videos over on a current iPhone. They would be better.
Literally.
Right? Like the iPhone video is just like, that's top notch.
Yeah, that's insane.
You guys iPhone people?
Yeah.
Of course, man.
Cool. I don't know. You never know. There's like
that's true.
Some people are Android.
Do we have a Samsung? No, we don't have any Samsung users.
We have a green bubbler.
No. I despise those green bubbles. Hey, no hate to you, but when you make my
you're talking about in general.
No, when you make my text messages green,
no one's gonna stop talking to you.
Yeah.
If he texts you,
my dad, we have a group chat. My dad is an Android guy.
Oh, but you gotta talk to him.
It's always the dads.
It's always the dads. It's always the dads.
It's like an uncle or like Charles. That's just like my girlfriend's dad is a
Android.
Is an Android.
Yeah, we almost made him switch. We almost made him switch the other day.
I made my I actually that's crazy. My dad used to be. I didn't even think about that. He used to be Android, but I switched him to Apple.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
what was convincing? How'd you just said?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It's just like happy or Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Like
probably.
here's your new phone.
Yeah, probably.
At a certain age, they just don't care about the phone anymore.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And my dad is he's an Apple guy, so I don't have to worry about that. But he's getting like he had the first iPod. Like he was always on it, kind of.
Okay.
So,
See, that's kind of rare though.
Yeah, like I had the first iPod Touch.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
yeah.
me too. Yeah.
First iPod Touch was crazy, but I wasn't able to have a phone yet. So
It's
like
literally same.
I had an iPod Touch, and I was like,
I can text you off of this. Just give me a phone.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Or I'd be like, dang, this is my iPhone. Like I got it.
Yeah.
But it's the iPod Touch.
Like,
Yeah.
my first phone was one of those. It's a green small phone with like 2 small antennas that was in the phone, and then it only had 4 numbers: my mom, my dad, my uncle, and then 911.
I remember when I was a kid, my dream, like before iPhone, my dream phone was like the one that you flipped
Sidekick?
up with the keyboard.
Oh,
I would see my. Like,
yeah,
I
it
would
was a sidekick.
I'd go to like Sprint or something with my mom, and I'd just
You
go
play
look
with
at
it?
those phones, and I'd be like, I'm gonna have this phone one day.
There was a lot more variety. You would go in the store. I remember picking out my first phone, and it was just a flip phone.
Just normal.
But there's like 7 different flip phones.
Yeah.
I think it was called the Juke. You remember the Juke? It was like very like cylinder, and it was one of the. It was like literally like a gold bar.
Okay. You remember the chocolate?
Oh, I do remember the chocolate, the cube one.
It was just called the chocolate. Like,
Was it the cube one? And it goes like this. Sorry.
What?
Yeah,
No,
this
it was
phone-
like just like normal phone. Like,
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Now we all have mini computers.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
we're
Now there's no variety.
yeah. Now there's no taste.
Do you want blue, black,
What color?
green?
What color iPhone do you have?
Yeah, literally. That's so
You have
funny.
the Pro or the Pro Max?
That's so funny.
Hilarious. With dance, what is kind of your next goal right now? Like, what are you looking forward to with your dance career?
I'm looking forward to just like to teaching more, I think too, but it's like creating my own opportunities to teach now. I think there was like this kind of like idea that I used to think of, like, you know, people would fly you out to these places and you would teach, right, to these countries or stuff like that. And in a sense, it is still like that, but it is hard to just like wait for those opportunities to come sometimes.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, a lot of me and a couple of my peers now, it's like there's also so many people doing what we do now, or like wanted to get into it, right? So it's almost like
we'll get into that too.
And because of COVID and the pandemic too, just financially, it's harder for a lot of these places to like fly people out.
Yeah,
because when these organizers who would do that in these countries, they're not making any money really.
Yeah,
they're paying you your rate, they're paying you a flight, they're paying for your hotel. If they don't have their own studio, they're paying for space, right?
Yeah.
And they're charging these dancers like a decent price, a fair price, because they want people there in general.
For sure.
So then at the end of the day, whatever their profit margin is not a lot. So it's like a weird thing that it just kind of, that bubble kind of popped during the blip, I feel like.
Yeah.
During the blip.
Yeah.
I didn't even intend to say it. That's what it came out during COVID.
No mistake. You said it. You did it. You did it on purpose.
But so now I'm like, you know, hey, I'm going to go on vacation somewhere, and then I'll book some classes there and see if, you know, if I'm over there, you know, maybe
studios can open.
Yeah, maybe they'll fly me out from this country. If I'm in Asia already, maybe they'll fly me from this country to this city or blah, blah, blah.
That's good, yeah.
That's like just easier too. And like kind of like making your own, again, just making your own opportunities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
While you wait for the bigger things to come that sometimes aren't in your control. Those things just happen, those opportunities and stuff like that.
I want to go back to when you said just so many people now are like choreographing and like teaching, which is dope.
Yeah.
But what for you, like, it is a lot of people. Like, how do you differentiate yourself from those guys, and how do you stay positive? Because like it can get oversaturated a lot now.
Yeah,
like being a choreographer and just a teacher. So how do you like separate yourself from that as like an individual and like as a teacher?
Good question. I think like you got to trust in your own abilities, but you also got to trust in your own, at least for myself. Like I know for a fact that like I've put in the work and the reps over the years, and I've trained and I've like taken a bunch of class from a bunch of other people and kind of been that sponge of like taking everything in. And over the years, like polished my craft and even just how I teach and how I kind of run a class. And I think that's something you only get from experience. And now I've been doing it for, you know, a lot of years now, since I was 18, probably like just teaching. And it starts back from like when I was 16 and I'm like just teaching like kids and stuff, like a lower level, just like locally, like at my studio back home. But those are all reps, right? The same way you do with anything, any kind of like sport or something like that. You only get to a certain level by like putting in the work, right? And sometimes there's people who are more just naturally talented and gifted who can kind of just hop in there and sometimes be on a level, but you know, those are rare and far in between. I don't know if that's the right saying. But you know what I'm trying to say, right?
I got you.
But
I got you.
I just know that for myself, like I'm confident in the work that I've put in and kind of like the reps that I've gained over the years and stuff like that, to where I know kind of what I have to offer.
Yeah, what do you provide for yourself?
Yeah. What I have to offer, and then, you know, in comparison to like someone who's like a little bit newer or stuff like that, you know, and that's no shade onto like newer people or anything like that. It's just like, that's what I know that I have to hang my hat on, because
for sure,
you know, there's people who are younger than me who are crazy, who are killing it, right? Who are just naturally gifted and talented and like on some new shit. And it's just like, how do you stay on, not comparing yourself to them, but like just comparing yourself to yourself over time and over the years and stuff like that. And like continuing to like be the best that you could be.
No, definitely. Is there a class that you haven't? I want to go into the history of it. Do you have a class where you're like, damn, I taught that off like horribly? And then is there another class where you're like, wow, this is like probably a top favorite of my classes?
Oh yeah, there's for sure. I feel like you remember the bad ones too, though.
Yeah, that's
more than the good ones. There's a lot of times though, like I taught a class in India. Like, I think to this date, this is my biggest class. We're talking like 700 plus people.
Whoa. Yeah.
What?
India, just
700 people?
India, everything is just like bigger there.
There was one class?
Yeah.
Where was the class?
It's like in a huge gymnasium.
That's nuts.
Crazy.
How?
And you're just on a stage with a microphone, and it was just like, it's a skill in itself, you know, like, and I probably wasn't ready for that moment. And it was like,
did you just feel like
it was still fine? Like, it was still good.
What do you think you like were like fucking up on, like communicating or like your pacing?
When it comes to that amount of people, you're really not even worried about teaching dance moves.
Yeah,
you're worried about like creating an environment and
like a healthy
environment that's just like you're controlling the energy in the room, basically.
Yeah.
Right? It's with anything of like doing a speech or something like that, like in front of like a massive amount of people, or like any singer who's like doing stadiums and stuff or arenas.
Yeah.
It's like you have to create that energy in the room and like maintain it and control it.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're just like, naturally when you're teaching dance, you're thinking about teaching dance steps. And it's like not about that sometimes at that level, right?
Yeah,
like at that level, like this person, like however many feet away from me, can barely see what I'm doing on stage. But how do you keep them engaged versus the person who is right in front of the stage, who like obviously really wants to be there? That's why they made their way to the front.
Yeah.
But you have to make sure
everyone,
at least 75% of that room is engaged
for sure
to create that environment and that energy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything kind of falls flat. So it's hard to like kind of manage that sometimes, unless you have experience, like I said, right?
Yeah,
like
for a minute.
And at least with my stuff too, like a lot of my choreography is to like slower songs or R&B stuff, which always isn't the most like easy, like hype, like let's just like rage, and, like get everyone energy. And a lot of times that energy is easier
to get everyone involved. Like,
yeah,
I see what
especially when people are like, you might not even be like 100% confident with the choreography.
Yeah, it's just the song, the hypeness of it just gets you.
Like, because it doesn't matter your skill level. It's just enjoyment of sometimes like that. But sometimes if you teach something really hard, even though it's the coolest thing ever, that's not the best class. Yeah, because like people are gonna like be mad that they can't get it right. And that's like a skill in itself too. Of like you want to try to teach them and have them, learn and grow from that experience, but you can't have them feeling defeated in a class. Yeah. Right? It's the same as if you're teaching third graders how to,
do your ABCs.
Yeah, on math or something, right? Like you can't, like those school teachers, like it is their job to teach them. Yeah. But you can't just like make them cry, or like make them have a bad day in class. Yeah. Because it's all mentally. Like you have to make sure they're like, man, this is really hard. Yeah. I don't have it right now, but I'm still fully engaged and focused, and I want to get it. Versus this is too hard. I don't want to try right now. I don't want to try. Yeah. That's the biggest thing with teaching, I think. And that's kind of when new people come in, it's like they're just trying to teach the crazy stuff because their skill level is so high, right? So they're creating stuff at such a high level that when you get to a class, when it's like, most of the time, you're teaching dancers who aren't professional dancers.
Yeah, for sure.
Or they're not trying to be professional dancers. Yeah. At least when you're teaching overseas and stuff. When you're teaching in LA and stuff, it's a little bit different because it's just like that's where kind of like the industry is, right?
Yeah. The hub.
But when you're teaching to these countries who are just like
fans,
happy to be there and just want to dance and just want to see you and learn from you, like you can't just do things that go over their head, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of times, like one of my mentors, Pat Cruz, he told me like, sometimes you just gotta teach the hits, right? You gotta like, there's a piece that might not be your favorite, but it's a really good class piece, and it's not like, oh, I'm so proud of this choreography because it's like the most creative thing I've ever done. Yeah. But it's like
more for the students.
It's more for the students who are like, man, I've taught this 5 times already somewhere else, but I know people love it and they want to learn it, right? Like this person in India has one chance to take my class, and they probably want to learn something that they've seen before that they want to learn, right?
Yeah, that they
So you kind of have to like
gauge
it by that. Like I relate it to like, if you go see Justin Timberlake perform,
you want to see
want to see him perform My Love or Sexy Back or something like that. Even though his favorite song might be track 13 on his latest album. Like creatively, sonically, like he was on some, like that's crazy his shit. Crazy, that's what he's really proud of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's probably proud of My Love and all those songs too. But like, you know how it is as artists, there's like, man, like that, he made that song 20 years ago.
Yeah, but it's still a banger.
It's still a banger, but he's tired of it, right? So how do
that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that. Like
if you taught a class that's a Disney soundtrack, what would it be?
It's a good one.
That's a good one. I don't know. You like the Mulan?
Okay.
Like in Reflection? I don't know.
Okay.
Christina Aguilera, Reflection?
Hey, there it is.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think.
What's a good
if you could teach a class
Disney song?
No, I'm trying to think like if I would learn one, I guess.
Oh.
Like if I took a Disney dance class? Like if
Disney
I took Trevor's Disney dance class, what song would I want to learn?
Dude, we got to make that happen.
I'm down, dude.
Yeah.
you heard it here first.
I'm a big Disney guy. So
I know. Okay, so let's go. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Let's go into Disney. We here at the podcast are big movie fans. You see, we have Alfred Hitchcock.
Mm-hmm.
We have Wes Anderson's book. We have Tarantino's book.
Yep.
So let's go into these movies. We have Star Wars. You're a Disney Star Wars fan, and you had a Star Wars question.
Oh yeah,
Let's start it off with this and see where the debate goes.
was curious as to your favorite or like your top 2, 3 Star Wars films.
Okay.
And this is how we identify if you can stay.
Be careful, Dylan might
my
explode.
Yeah, we might not post this episode.
This is interesting because
depending on your answer.
Because you guys are like close to my age.
Yeah, we're with you.
Or we're in the same like generation, right?
Yeah,
so my movie critic answer.
There you go. I like that movie critic answer.
Is Empire.
Okay.
Ooh.
I like that.
But my childhood and overall favorite movie is Revenge of the Sith.
I love you, bro. That's great.
Wow.
Amazing.
Insane.
Great answers.
But we're the same age.
Great answers.
We're in the same generation.
No,
That's the Star Wars we grew up on.
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones, bad movie. But that was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's true. Wow.
Right?
This is great. Wow, this is great.
Yeah.
Wow.
When you see like 50 Jedis coming out in Attack of the Clones in Geonosis, that's like the coolest thing, right?
Literally.
Dude, and he knows it, dude,
'Cause
amazing.
As a kid, right? This is like Attack of the Clones is 2002, so I'm like 6 years old, right?
I'm 2.
Exactly.
He's not
insane,
even
right?
Wait,
I'm 2.
Oh, you're 2.
Yeah.
We're
You're
the same
2.
age, man.
You're 2.
But like, I don't care about like the sand dialogue when they're like talking, right?
Oh.
Right? Like, I don't care about the acting of like that. I just think Natalie Portman is hot,
Fire.
and I love.
Yeah,
and
fire.
then Mace Windu has a purple lightsaber, and they fight all the droids, right? Like, it's great. It's great.
You can't see it in the back, but everything that Trevor keeps saying, Brandon keeps going like that.
Yeah. No debate to be had.
No debate. Like, I don't. That's boring
agreeance.
content, but
Okay.
I just don't. Like, you don't care about bad CGI when you're 6 years old.
True. Yeah.
Okay,
right?
well, here's the debate now. Now, if you can rate the 3 new ones,
3 new ones.
how would you rate them from 1 to worst?
This is a spicy debate now that people like to get in. Rise of Skywalker is the worst.
Amen, brother.
There's no debate to be had.
Wow.
No
Amen.
debate to be had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Be careful with this one now.
Are we counting like Solo and like
No,
Rogue
just
One?
Force Awakens.
Oh, Rogue One is fun.
To be honest, I've
But
only
that's not
watched.
part of the trilogy.
It's not part of the trilogy, but Rogue One is probably the best one they've done.
Yo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that one leads up to A New Hope.
that was probably really good.
So it's not like
but
part
like
of the new trilogy.
I've only watched Solo actually.
Once.
Once.
I only seen it once, and I
Yeah.
thought it was dog shit.
I'm so salty about that movie.
Yeah,
But is it better than Rise of Skywalker?
No.
Solo?
I was salty about that
I don't
movie
know.
because of the actor they cast.
Oh.
Who was just in Cocaine Bear that we saw.
He was in Cocaine.
Alden
that was
Ehrenreich,
Solo.
or
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Wait,
so-
who he played in
The
Cocaine?
mobster's son.
Oh,
That's Solo.
Whoa, I didn't
Yeah.
even put 2 and 2 together. I think my ratings,
yeah.
I love.
Wait, what was your
Rogue One. He said Rogue One.
No,
is
no,
the-
of the new trilogy.
I didn't finish.
Of the
I
new
didn't finish.
trilogy.
Oh, okay. Of the new trilogy,
So Rise
Rogue
of-
One is the best, but out of the,
I think
out of
I think Last Jedi is pretty cool, but I think like I watched Force Awakens like 4 times in the theater, like just because it was so cool.
yeah.
It was so awesome
yeah,
to just have Star Wars back,
yeah, that's true.
and it was good. Like Force Awakens is good because it's just retreads of like the old trilogy, right?
Yeah.
But it's all really good, and then that nostalgia of like seeing that first trailer of Han saying, or Chewie, I'm home.
Yeah.
Like that's like
That's pretty iconic. That was iconic
Yeah.
reaction.
to just when you thought you would never get Star Wars again
That's
Yeah.
true.
in that
That's
in
very
that
true.
capacity,
That's very true.
Yeah.
right? So
I might be with you there. I think
Last Jedi is pretty good though.
movie critic wise, I'm gonna probably get a lot of hate for this, but Last Jedi, bro, is the best one.
I agree with you.
It's like, Last Jedi is like
But the people who don't like Last Jedi are like OG trilogy like stans,
true.
right? So it's that like 50-year-old,
Yeah, it's like my
40-year-old
dad.
guy who like
I don't know my dad's
for
ratings.
40 years had an idea of what they thought Luke was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
to your
then-
point, Mark Hamill
Yeah,
hated it.
We talked.
Yeah.
We talked about this recently.
We talked to Mark Hamill, and he
Yeah.
was like,
we literally had him on like yesterday. No, the documentary about it.
Yeah.
He's pretty open. Mark Hamill was
Oh
open
my
about
god,
it. Like
he does not hold
he
back.
didn't
when he
like
talks about
how
what they were doing to Luke, the choices they were making for Luke.
But I thought it was I love like he just throws a lightsaber. Like I was like, wow, they do not. give a fuck. Like
Mark Hamill would disagree with you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, kudos to
Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson, man.
Knives Out.
I would say
there is that arc though where they're at the casino planet.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. I don't like
you can just skip that.
Yeah,
but I like the filmmaking. I love the casino. The set decoration is insane though.
Yeah, you could have taken that out and nothing would have. It wouldn't have affected any of the rest of the movie.
Yeah. Well, it's like he said, like he didn't care about Finn at all.
Yeah,
Ryan. It was like he was trying to tell
the Luke story
and then
Rey.
Kylo and Rey's story. Like,
fair enough. Going back to movies, with movies, I'm assuming you're a movie guy, not just Star Wars. You like movies. What is you gonna watch you staying tuned in for the Oscars this year? Have you watched a lot of the movies?
I feel like I've seen not all of them. I don't think any. Like it's hard. I don't know. You might because you're an actor, but like it's tough to watch all the Oscar movies sometimes. But I feel like I've seen a good maybe half of them.
I'm assuming you've seen Everything Everywhere.
Yeah.
Incredible.
That's you think it's Best Picture?
I think so.
It's been everywhere right now.
I know. That's my only worry is because it's been so hyped up.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna do it because it's so.
But it hasn't won Best Picture at all the things yet.
That's true. Only Michelle Yeoh and Key's been winning.
Yeah, so they won Best Ensemble.
Yep.
At the SAG.
Have you seen Triangle of Sadness?
I have not.
That one, that's on Hulu now. I'm gonna watch that.
Is it really?
That's the only one I haven't.
Yeah, everything's in theater. Everything is in theater because of Oscars.
Yeah. I wanted to watch Everything Everywhere all once again. I just
I saw that 4 times in the theater. Like it was incredible.
Yeah.
Like it was ridiculous.
Super cool.
From the movies you watched though from the Oscars, what do you think is Best Picture?
I mean, my favorite is still everything. Like I hope it wins.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it will because the Oscars are you know,
they could
they could give it to the Fablemans. I don't know, like you know what I mean?
Yo, if they do, that's great.
That's funny.
The thing is, I wouldn't be surprised because people are saying it's Spielberg's last movie.
It's his ode to cinema.
But that shouldn't be the reason he gets the Oscar.
But you know, Oscar be on some shit though. Oscar, we got a problem with you, Oscar. We got to talk to you.
Yeah, that's this weekend.
It is.
Yeah. That's like 2 months ago for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A month and a half ago.
I have a buddy who's dancing in one of the numbers.
Oh, it's sick.
Nice. Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Well, I guess this is coming out later.
Yeah, it's coming out in April.
You know, it's Anthony. You know Anthony.
Anthony Lee?
No, Westlake.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Dope. What's he doing?
I don't know exactly what he's doing. I think he's doing the RRR.
Whoa.
I think they're doing.
That's
sick. I think they're doing obviously the big Bollywood.
Yeah.
Thing.
That's dope.
I don't know. I think his literal rehearsal,
That's
his first rehearsal is today.
Oh wow.
But
That's
I know
dope.
it was a Bollywood like audition, self-tape type of thing.
It's definitely RR.
And that scene in that movie is insane.
Dope. Yeah, that's so sick.
Yeah. And I think it's up for best song, right?
Yeah, best song.
So they always
they're
all the dance performances are best song.
Yeah, so
right?
they're gonna perform it.
Yeah,
that's dope.
That's also up for best foreign film, right?
Foreign film.
It didn't get the best picture.
No. What is your favorite? Do you have Letterboxd? I feel like you would. You heard of Letterboxd?
I do. I don't actively
use
use it though.
I
gotta get on it.
You gotta get on it.
I know
bro.
Julian's on it all the time.
Yeah, me and Julian always be texting. He literally texted me or called me the other day. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna watch After Sun. Like, you wanna come through?" And I was like, I would, but then something happened.
Yeah.
But it always happens though. Like we always look at each other's Letterboxd.
Julian's the movie guy.
Yeah. And whenever I see something, he'll see it and text me. And then if he saw it, I'm like texting him. Like, how'd you like it? That's always what's your all-time movie though? Or a couple movies, you can't just pick one. But like when it comes to your mind, when you think of like, oh, this is one of my favorites.
Or we could do the desert island thing again.
We could do that too.
If you were stranded on an island for the rest of your life.
Those are tough because those movies aren't like always like the best movies, right?
Exactly.
So
let's
like no one's putting Star Wars as like their top movie of all time, but
okay, so you can answer with
just
that.
Rewatchable.
You have 3 movies you can take with you to be stranded on this island for the rest of your life.
You can do that, and then what is your critic, like your movie critic status, like
movie critic status? Oh man,
your critic status list.
Tough. These are tough, and I feel like they shouldn't be tough. I just like bad at picking things, you know.
Fair. There is a lot of good movies.
My like favorite movie that it's like pretty critically acclaimed, but it's not like definitely like it's not like top 25. It's not like Gone with the Wind or anything like that. But I really like The Social Network.
Oh, that's
nice.
a good one.
That's a good one. We fuck with that.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot. Yeah,
Dave Fincher,
Yep.
like great script.
David Fincher,
Andrew Garfield,
Yes.
Jesse Eisenberg.
He's plugged in.
Obviously,
Andrew Garfield
I love Justin Timberlake.
is gonna be
hosting
the
movie.
Oscars.
Yo, he was solid in that.
Yeah, I'm like just a tech nerd too, kind of like, so I enjoy like that story of that.
Hey, he's plugged in right now. He's plugged in here. Right to the computer.
Dude,
Great scene.
my favorite scene in that is when I always quote this with one of my buddies, but like whenever he's like checking the math, they're like doing math, and he's like
in the meeting.
It's
right?
it's like something like super easy, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like just checking your math real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah,
Just like
That's
being a dick about it.
Fucking funny, dude. That was a
movie's
great.
really good. Yeah, another movie not on the same level of that, but is one of my favorites to just like watch, like if I'm on a plane or if it's just there, because I have this movie downloaded. It's The Internship. It's with Owen Wilson
when they work at
and Vince
Google?
Vaughn. When they work at Google, bro.
Yes.
Wow.
That movie is so funny. That movie is so
I
funny.
forgot about that movie. I've
Oh
only
my
seen it
gosh.
once.
It's so funny. I don't know
Wow.
They
why.
just play Quidditch halfway through the
Yeah,
game.
they play
Yeah.
Quidditch. It's Owen
Wow.
Wilson.
Amazing.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that movie.
Vince Vaughn.
They go to the pool.
I don't remember. I've only seen it once.
That's a good
It's
one.
a funny movie.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
And obviously there's like a bunch of Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson funny movies, but that was
Yeah,
just one
yeah.
that stuck out to me that
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
watched
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of times. Google, they say like, what's your googliness?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All right,
good.
so if you can go to the island now,
That's
what is
probably
it-
a Star Wars.
What is the 3 movies?
Yeah.
You can only watch 3 movies and you're stuck on this island.
What Star Wars movie would be on there?
Rewatchability.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith is pretty cool, but it's pretty dark. You know, it's not
It
the
is
most
dark,
fun movie, but
dark, it is dark.
it is still cool.
It's badass.
Yeah,
So that's 1.
I think it's that.
Okay. 2. Okay.
All Star Wars movies.
It's just one. Phantom Menace, Technical.
Yeah, yeah.
Revenge of the Sith.
It's just the first 3. That's so funny. That's so funny.
Rogue One is solid.
Nah, not on.
2 Star Wars movies for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Oh, to replace.
We watched.
To replace Revenge of the Sith? Nah, I think just the nostalgia factor for me.
Yeah.
Of Revenge of the Sith.
We watched Rogue One in IMAX when they redid it in IMAX.
Oh yeah. Dude, you know the first time I watched Rogue One, it was at ArcLight, Sherman Oaks, right?
Wow.
12. It was like a late showing because I was on like a shoot, and then
Yeah.
we went. Me and my buddy went. It was like 11:30 showing or something, Friday night or Thursday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the projector broke, like third act.
You got far into it.
Oh
no.
And then they wouldn't let us go into another
Another one?
theater.
You had to wait.
Like there was a showing that was like maybe started like 30 minutes after. So we were like, can we just go in there
And catch up,
maybe we'll rewatch 10 minutes of it and
Yeah.
catch up, right?
Yeah.
Or be on catch up to where we were,
Yeah.
basically. And they wouldn't let us do it, and they just gave us vouchers.
So you didn't finish the...
Yeah, and it was already late because the movie started 11:30 midnight. Basically, it was already like 1:30. So
you had
we
to just wait the next
and we
day.
didn't want to wait till like the next like 2:30 a.m. showing.
Yeah.
So we had to go home. They gave us like a little coupon.
Wow,
So
that
you didn't see the
sucks.
ending.
Yeah, we were pissed at him, dude.
Oh
Like,
my God.
and I understand maybe like, cause like they wouldn't let everyone. They didn't want to distract. Let all these people into the
Yeah.
theater,
randomly
right?
people walking.
But like we were low key like waiting for everyone to kind of leave and disperse, and then we tried to ask the guy again, and he was like, no, like wouldn't let us do it.
Wow,
Damn.
that's a shame.
Wow, it just
Wow,
flickered.
we just had
Well,
well,
really
we have a
quick,
ghost.
I got one. I got our Would You Rather.
we have a ghost in here.
Ghost, the projector's going
Hi.
out, dude.
Yo,
Yeah. Wait, what's your favorite? What's your? Well, wait. You guys said Revenge of the Sith, I guess.
Favorite Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh, I would say. Oh, favorite.
You said Last Jedi though.
No, out of the 3, like the
new trilogy.
Oh, the new trilogy. Okay.
I would say Revenge. That is hard. For me though, my dad. After this, we have like memorabilia of Star Wars everywhere in our house. So I think from my dad.
Same.
Yeah, I think because of my dad, I'd have to be Empire Strikes Back when I first saw that with him.
Yeah.
Nice. Sounds good.
Yeah.
That's your Desert Island Star Wars though?
Desert Island Star Wars, it would be Last Jedi.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Really? I thought
Really?
like how you guys think Revenge of the Sith is dark and badass. That's how I feel about Last Jedi.
Last Jedi. Yeah.
Like that scene where Kylo and
they
Rey,
take out Snoke.
Yeah, they take on Snoke. Well, after they killed him, and they're battling the guards in the Red Room.
Yeah. The Red Room visually looks crazy.
Yeah, dude, that scene is.
Wait, I saw Andy Serkis the other day said like that he loves Snoke and like would be open to coming back.
Yeah, I saw that too. Actually, I saw that too.
I was like, all right.
Yo, that'd be insane.
Snoke was such a like wasted opportunity though.
Yeah, he was badass.
Yeah,
he was badass.
I don't know what I didn't say my third movie though. I don't know.
Oh yeah, what's your third movie?
Or I didn't even say my second movie on the island.
Yeah,
I said Revenge of the Sith
and the internship.
Oh, the internship.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
What else?
I don't know. It'd probably be something like it's got to be something just stupid. I don't know. Something I could rewatch a bunch.
What's your
Maybe it's like an animated movie. It's like Incredibles or something.
We answered this last week with Nick, and none of us picked an animated movie.
Incredibles is pretty good.
Incredibles.
I feel like you just want some lightheartedness.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
No, it's plugged in though. It's not even on a battery.
No, we got ghosts, we got spirits up in here. Good spirits because the vibes are good.
Maybe it's a Studio Ghibli movie.
Oh,
dude,
nice!
Wow,
Nice.
You just got to his heart.
Nice.
You just got to his heart. That's his favorite.
What's your favorite one?
My favorite one is I really like as a kid because I think I just watched this one the most as a kid. But I really like Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yeah, that one's good.
That one's good.
I've
obviously like Spirit Away, like really good.
That's
Totoro I really like too.
Totoro, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only movie I've seen.
I think it's
from
my home
studio is Spirited
really?
Away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spirited Away is the only one I've seen.
You guys,
that's like the most critically like.
Yeah.
Howl's Moving Castle
is
really
Castle
cool
is one
too.
you guys gotta watch next.
He has a tattoo.
Christian Bale.
Tattoo
Not Studio Ghibli. It's my Totoro is my home screen though on my phone, which is in your room.
Sick.
But yeah. The last question. I got we do a would you rather.
Okay.
For
the last question.
This one's gonna be the same as last time because I want to ask a couple dancers. I want to get different dancer perspectives.
Oh, okay, I know where you're going with this.
Who did I ask last?
You asked Nick.
Yes. What is your
least?
No. What is your what is your least favorite style of dance?
We stirring the pot in here.
It's not a would you rather.
No, it's gonna go into it.
Okay.
We just have to know this answer.
My least favorite style of dance,
or one that you Nick, just like don't prefer to
watch or
to watch. Nick did it in a perspective of like the worst style, like the style he's least good at.
Yeah, like yeah.
Interesting.
But we like to stir the pot. Like, what's your least favorite to watch, or
least favorite to do, or just least favorite? I guess I don't know. Man, I don't know.
we're all like waiting.
What's yours, dude? What's yours? Do you have one? Give me some buffer time.
I'll give you some buffer time.
I'll give you mine.
For me to watch is just because I'm just not super educated too. Like what Nick said is, and I know I should be as a dancer is ballet. Because I'm so used to like watching vibe and like being hyped and like even like when it's slow pieces, like when Cookies or someone does like a really like R&B like slow piece, it's still entertaining and still fun.
Yeah.
But like watching ballet, it's just I can't sit there in quietness and just sing.
I've watched a lot of ballet.
I know you have, so that would be mine. It's not, and I know they're fucking no hate on that.
That's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
But to watch for like
a
3-hour show, just doing that is, I don't know.
Could watch Babylon.
I could watch Babylon.
I agree with that though. Like,
you know what I mean?
Ballet.
Watching though is like it can be
really draining.
They're like very long though. Long performances.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like Nutcracker is like 3 hours long.
I cannot tell you how many times I've seen Nutcracker.
His ex-girlfriend is a ballet dancer.
Oh, dang. It's really long, yeah.
It's
a really long show.
We can literally
crazy.
We can watch Avatar. Let's watch Avatar.
Okay, so ballet.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So the would you rather is, would you rather only be able to dance ballet?
Okay.
Or not
dance at all.
Or not dance at all.
You only do ballet for the rest of your life.
And I'll tell you Nick's answer after.
Oh, that's tough. Because the thing with ballet for me is, like, I used to not like it, and then obviously I found out how important it is.
Yeah, that's what I. Yeah, that's what I mean. I know
you took it at OSHA, right?
So I took it a lot.
I took it outside OSHA.
Very grateful for that.
Yeah, it's good.
But musically, like,
yeah,
I love dancing to music that I like.
Yeah.
And it's just all piano stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like
musically inclined.
Michael Giacchino or John Williams piano. It's just like piano music, which is kind of like super boring to me. So I don't know. I'd be in really good shape though if I could only do ballet.
That's very true.
So I'm not sure.
Strong ankles.
So it's ballet or not dance at all.
That's a good one.
It's a tough question, dude.
Good one, huh?
Maybe I should have picked another style. Then. I don't know.
You got to answer now. You can't pull back now.
I mean, I guess I would still dance, though. I'd still dance.
Nice. Nick said he would not dance.
Not dance.
But he had the style of...
I liked his mindset. I liked his...
I don't think he's ever taken ballet, though. Maybe.
No, but his wasn't ballet. His was, like, femme. Like, he said that's like, he's, like, least educated and, like, he just looks bad doing it.
Interesting, yeah.
And he said he wouldn't dance because he said he can find...
He doesn't attach his identity to being a dancer.
To dance.
He's like, he said he could find another creative outlet to get, like, the creative juices out of him. And, like, because, like, he likes drawing a lot.
Good answer, yeah.
Yeah, I liked his answer. I don't know if I would be able to not act, though.
Yeah. So what you're at, like, it's hard for acting.
I don't know, could you direct? Like...
Yeah, like...
I guess I would still find enjoyment in that.
What's your least favorite, like, is there acting styles or, like...
Genres,
like methods though too, like.
But it's not even that. It's just like, which method do you prefer? Yeah, I think the question would be like, like drama, comedy.
Okay, so like if you like you can only play drama characters and you always cried in every movie you did, or you didn't act, what would you do?
Yeah, I would do the drama roles.
No,
I like comedy.
He said that's his least favorite.
I didn't.
Oh. What? Yeah, what's your least favorite genre you'd be in?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe
he just will do any genre.
I guess I could get sick of that.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Huh? Rick Dalton. As a villain.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Scary.
Yeah.
So would you play the villain?
I still think I would do it.
I feel like you would do it.
I still think I would do it. I don't think
villains get top billing.
Yeah, that's true. They're the face of the fucking.
They might hate me, but I'm rich. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, no, I don't think I could. I don't think I'd give it up.
Yeah. Well, like just what he said, he wouldn't give up.
I'd find enjoyment in it.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
somewhere.
There it is. Well, thank you again for coming on, bro.
Yeah.
That's how we end it on some weird shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like this is what we do.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. So
his tag is right there,
Time
but for
flies.
people listening on Spotify and Apple Music, if
where can they find you?
Yeah.
Your YouTube, your Instagram. For people that are listening.
It's just basically my name, Trevor Takemoto, Takemoto.
And if you're watching, it's right here.
Yeah.
So you have no excuse to not follow him now. So, yeah. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course, man. And
as always, like, subscribe, And let us know what your favorite Star Wars movie is.
Boom, you have it here. And we'll see you next week for another one. We're not stopping. See you guys. Just do the damn thing. Hell yeah, man.